Hi Libra, thank you for joining me. This is your January 2018 astrology forecast for Libra Rising, Libra Sun and Libra Moon. I'm sorry that these videos are a little bit late. I've had so much catching up on myself to do, but next month I'll be running on time. So anyway, we started this month with a full moon in Cancer, and it was a super moon in your 10th house. So it would have been wise for you to follow your intuitions when it came to your career and what you do out there in the world. There could have been some things that came to light that have maybe helped you decide on your career path, helped you make some decisions in terms of your life goals and what you're doing in work and in your career. Certainly following your intuition is highlighted. We've had Capricorn move from we've had Saturn move from Sagittarius into Capricorn, into your 4th house, and that was last year. So this is, this Capricorn, keep doing this, Saturn moving into Capricorn is big for all of us. Saturn rules Capricorn, so it's far happier here than it was in Sagittarius. And for you, this is going to really be about restructuring your life, to be honest. It's going to be about roots. It's going to be about foundations in the bigger sense of the word, and perhaps maybe where you haven't been sure about, where you want to live or what direction your life's taking. Now Saturn's going to ask you to get real about that. It's going to ask you to build. And the nice thing about Saturn transiting the 4th house is that if we want to make changes, say we want to start a new career, we want to go off in a new direction, and we formulate plans and goals that are long term, Saturn will support this. When it moves past, as it moves past that 4th house axis, it will actually support this, and we can see slow and steady progress as Saturn rises up our chart, which will peak in about 14 years. So this is a great time now for restructuring your life, thinking about what it is you want to do, where it is you want to go. And we're not talking about quick fixes here. We're talking about slow progress that is steady, that is stable, and that can be trusted. So that's ultimately what Saturn's going to be doing here. I mean, you could find delays with things to do with buying and selling property, renovations. There could be some frustrations to do with family and things like that. But ultimately, there is a big restructuring that is going on here. The 4th house is very important. And so, this could be quite life-altering, these next 2 years of your life. You could see major change. You could see yourself making major changes that really have an impact on the trajectory of your life. So on the 7th, we had Jupiter conjunct. We had Jupiter conjunct Mars. So you've had a lot of action going on in your monetary houses. Jupiter's there in your monetary house, which is bringing you good fortune, bringing you opportunity for expansion, but at the same time, there is a tendency to spend a lot, and there's a tendency to be a little bit lavish with the way we go about things. So, you're looking at restructuring your finances. You're looking at how can you maybe reduce your outgoings, and how can you be more enterprising. So there's an opportunity here. There's opportunity around the 16th as well to be enterprising. We've got some really positive sextiles that are going on, and so you'll be looking at how you can make more money, maybe even in a creative type of way. But you're being supported. There's energy being brought to your money houses, and you're being asked to really get real with them and to seize opportunities, but don't take foolish risks. There's opportunity for making money here. There's opportunity for more stability in terms of how you make money and the money that comes to you, but at the same time you've got to be wise about it. So that's some positive energy there. Your 4th house is really, really lit up this month, and there's going to be a lot of attention required at home with family matters, to do with domestic things. Also, you're being asked to get in touch with your innermost feelings and go deep there, and it's hard to be successful in life, and it's hard to get the things that we want out of life unless we're being honest with what's going on with ourselves on a deep inner level. Otherwise, we find that the things that we're going after don't necessarily match our inner needs. So you're being asked to get in touch with what it is you need on an emotional level, on what it is that brings you security, what it is that makes you feel grounded. So you're being asked to look at that. There might be family that are demanding a lot of your attention. There might be home projects that are demanding a lot of your attention. This is a good time to spend with families. It's a good time to be self-nurturing, and you know, you'll be feeling quite a lot of love around family and home, because we've got Venus there. Mercury moves into this sector of your chart out of the third house, where it's about communication, where Mercury's quite happy. Now you're withdrawing a little bit on the intellectual side of things, on the communication side of things, and it becomes more about your intimate relationships. So, you know, I see this as really positive, because we have got energy, especially at the end of the month when that full, sorry, I need to burp, that full moon happens in your 11th house, which is about your long range plans, and it's an eclipse, you know, it's about your goals, your dreams, groups you belong to. So this is a really nice time to just ground, get in touch with what it is you need. Look at your roots, look at your structure, what it is that is your foundation in life. Give that some attention, so that when that full moon lunar eclipse happens, no matter what happens, I mean, it could be surprising, you know, no matter what happens, you're feeling grounded, and you're kind of as prepared as you can be for the events that may transpire. We have a new moon in Capricorn in your fourth house on the 17th. So once again, this is fresh energy being brought. This has all been building up, and this is fresh energy being brought to that fourth house of domestic affairs, family, what it is that gives us security in life, self-nurturing, intimate, just our intimate private life. So this is bringing fresh energy here. So this is a great time for sowing seeds of intention, for affirmations, and if you are looking at moving somewhere, you know, this is about, this could bring fresh positive energy and new possibilities in terms of your living situation, or maybe even in terms of family relations. If there's been some difficulty there, this could be some healing that comes in, which is really lovely. And the sun moves, Venus moves on the 18th into your 5th house, into your house of play, romance, creative activities, children. And so this has you now coming out of this period where you've been feeling quite kind of like you want to just wrap yourself up and be at home with your loved ones. Now you're feeling a little bit lighter, you're feeling like you're ready to kind of go out there and play again, your sense of enthusiasm and verve is coming back. And your 5th house is ruled by Aquarius, so you know, the sun follows Venus as well 2 days later, which adds extra oomph to this 5th house. And your 5th house is ruled by Aquarius, as I was saying, and so the way you go about play and enjoying yourself is very inclusive. You like to meet people from all different kinds of walks of life. You like to try different things, and so this will have you feeling adventurous again. This will have you feeling like going out there again. Mercury will be following the Sun and Venus on the 31st. And so this should have you feeling good and very communicative, and wanting to get in touch with people. Great time to be dating if that's what you want to do. We've got Mars moving into your 3rd house on the 26th. So this actually once again supports that energy, because we've got this will see you having very animated conversations, feeling like putting your opinions forward, wanting to be around the local community, wanting to be busy. So yeah, so this is very supportive and you know, very positive energy here. And you know, these two areas of your chart sextile each other, so this is pouring positive energy into these areas. Your love life has been a bit up and down. Uranus has been there for a while in your 7th house in Aries, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster. There's been unexpected things happening. I think people have probably come into your life very suddenly and left very suddenly. This energy will start stabilizing later on in the year when Uranus will move into Taurus, but for the moment things are still somewhat unpredictable. But saying that, you know, there might be some interesting surprises when on the 18th, is it? On the 13th, no, on the 13th, Uranus makes a square to, let me just double check I've got that right. Yes, Uranus makes a square to Venus and Capricorn. So there could be some interesting surprises around relationship, around one-to-one encounters, you know, something to do with love, It's hard to say what, because Uranus is so unpredictable, but there could be an interesting surprise. Maybe a partner could surprise you, someone from the past could come back into your life and catch you kind of slightly off guard. It's hard to say with Uranus because it is the unexpected. But we end the month with a full moon lunar eclipse in your 11th house. So eclipses tend to eclipse things out of our lives. They tend to, and sometimes it's, you know, it can play out over the period of 6 months after the eclipse. But this will have you looking at your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Maybe something happens that completely alters what you think you want out of life, and you start altering your, you know, you think, actually, maybe, you know, maybe something you were thinking was an option isn't an option anymore. So this is about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, the groups you belong to. These things somehow are in a state of change. Some door might be being closed so another one can be opened. But certainly something that on an emotional level isn't vibing with you anymore starts to get closed out. And this could see you actually looking at a completely different life path. Maybe it's you want to move abroad. Maybe it's you want to completely change career. Whatever it is, there's really positive energy. All the planets are going direct this month. And I feel like you're looking at the big picture. You're really looking at the big picture in terms of what you do in the world. So to me, this is saying that it's time to really think long term. You know, Saturn will be restructuring that 4th house of yours, which in turn will affect your 10th house, your career. So if there are big decisions to be made, if you do want to make some big changes in terms of your life direction, this is the month to start implementing those ideas and to start planning and start taking action. And just bear in mind, like I said, this is about slow progress. This is about long-term. Long-term goals are very much supported. So all in all, I think it's a really positive month. There's a lot that all of us can do with this month. I feel like there are so many lovely aspects being made, lots of positive sextiles, there's a lot of good energy. So I feel like we're all being asked to be the master of our own lives. You know, we're in a master number year, 11, you know, which speaks to that. You know, it's about self-mastery and really taking control and steering our own ship through the waters of life. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back in February on time as well. And feel free to check me out on Instagram at anushkakakaka. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.